Who's sitting here?
Hold on, I need to take off my skin. Please humor me. So, let's hear it. I'm all ears. But I don't think snakes have ears, so...
That's cute. So what was said? Why do you think I say that you're the snake? Did I tell anybody that?
No, I told him exactly the message with the surroundings, the splitters.
Is that Josh?
Yes, it is, Judy.
Oh my God, if he comes up here.
I will die.
Yeah, so why would you
how
think
am
it's
I a
you?
snake?
But how, did I ever say you were a snake? Did I ever say that?
You said it is someone in the room right now up here, but I don't know which one you're aiming
I
at.
say it was somebody in the room? Did I say that?
I think that's what you said.
No, I said I want everybody in the room when we talk tomorrow.
But did you also mention that you didn't like that I had a one-on-one conversation about you mentioning my name?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So saying that after talking about there being a clear snake and that the person is in the room, and by processes of elimination, seeing as how you and I had that conversation, you are indirectly calling me a snake. So my book is right somewhere here. Let's start pulling pages, Dominique. How the hell am I a snake? Please tell me. Please humor me.
Whenever you finish.
I'm done.
So before I address that, who else did I talk about in this conversation?
Jason.
And who else?
Elena, yeah, Elena.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
you
I told her
assumed...
that, no, I told her that she needs to clear some stuff with you.
I did not assume shit. I was pointed at.
Oh, somebody pointed at you?
I was pointed at and given specific
It
conversations.
was said that it was a male. And you want to clarify things with Lena.
Yeah.
I repeat.
Unless you're thinking Mark is a snake, which...
No.
Jason's not in here. Dom, I can only...
Dude, like, to be honest with you, you don't know me like that to be coming at me first off.
Dude, I was pointed at.
No.
I was pointed
I
at.
get that, but you don't accuse me of something and I didn't point at you. That's not how it rolls. We can have a civil conversation, but that is not how it goes. I did not call your name. Did I call his name? I said it was a male. How many males are in this house? And I also said that I want everybody in the room because there were things that were said. And so to gain clarity, I wanted everybody in the room because I wanted to see who said what. I'm hearing information from you. I'm hearing information from Elena. I'm hearing information from various people. So in order to provide clarity, and check this out, if y'all want to send me home, understand that you are setting yourself up because there is a snake. There is a snake. And if they're coming after me and they've been close to me, understand they're going to come after you too. I'm just letting you know that.
Okay,
so you can sit here. I did not call you a snake, but I will tell you. So let me point it out because I want you guys to hear this. Let me point it out. So here it is. No, let me finish because I let you talk. I confided in you, Paul, and I told you things and you said you would never say anything. But let me no. Let me check this. Let me go ahead and check this. You said that you would not say anything to anybody. I consider you my sounding board because you are a vet in this game and you're wise and we connect on various levels. But then I have a conversation with Elena and I know that I only told 2 individuals. So where could she have gotten specific information that I told you?
Okay. But it was only me you told. You just told me you told 2 people.
I told 2
But now
people.
you're telling me you only told me.
Yeah,
So, Elena,
no. I said I
you
told 2
literally
people,
just-
but I'm certain what I told you.
You're certain that it was me.
Yes.
So Elena's here.
Specific
Let's do
information.
this.
Elena,
Specific information.
have I ever had a conversation with you specifically about Dominique telling me anything about you?
No.
So, is that person in the room?
The person that I heard you say things about me to is Alex. The person that when we talked earlier today in the sex room, and I said, I heard my name, or actually I said it was heavily implied, and someone else said that they had heard my name, but I didn't get content from them. Neither of us said a name, and I was pretty certain that you said, I told one person, so I know who it's coming from. I heard it from Alex. Later,
I said I told 2 people, but I know the one person.
No, that first you
But
said
you were
that you told.
certain that it was me.
No, and I said this. You told one person, so you knew where it was coming from. Later in the conversation, you said you had told 2 people, and that you used 2 people in the house as a checks for yourself.
Yeah.
But you were certain you knew where the
one person.
one person who told me.
Yeah.
Alex, and then we talked, I felt like later in our conversation, there was even more clarity that Alex was the one that said about the votes and about the jealousy.
Okay.
And you clarified both of those things for me. And then you confirmed that you had talked to Alex again later and knew that I had campaigned for you.
Yes. she
Came
did.
up here and 24 hours ago was sitting in the same spot saying,
True.
I believe in Dominique. I don't
Yeah.
think she tossed a vote. I
Yeah.
want her to stay.
Right.
I want her to be protected.
Yeah.
All of those things. And then when I came up here and talked to Alex, I said I just left a good conversation with Dominique. She confirmed a couple of things. And then she said, yeah, that you came up here later. And she said, because you never said a name.
Right.
So I'm putting 2 and 2 together, that she did confirm to you that,
yeah.
I campaigned for you.
Right.
So that's where I put 2 and 2 together that, okay, you had that conversation, I'm getting information. I will 100% say that Paul has never said anything to me about anything that you have said or actually anyone else has said. I haven't heard my name from a source through Paul.
So let me continue my point further. Then, not to throw Alex under the bus at all, but it was mentioned that this is the season of temptations.
It
I
is.
repeat everything.
And
that
who's
you
the
said.
one snake
Yeah.
that is tossed in here? Paul is the one
First
vet.
off, I never said toss.
The season-
Correction.
Okay, whatever. I wasn't in the conversation, right? But I do know you were talking, this is the season of temptations. And who's the one weird thing? Last I remember about the temptation is one of you motherfuckers pressed the button. So one of you all were tempted who gave into a temptation, and I was your punishment, the repercussion, whatever you all wanted to see. So the fact that I am in this game right now is because of an action that one of you committed. So the fact that I am being called a snake, the fact that you are certain that certain information you told me when you just said you have told 2 people, and we clarified with all people in this room, then the conversation that I had with you in the parlor, that I looked you in the face, I looked you in the eyes, I gave you my word and I gave you my respect, and I told you, if you have something to say to me, please tell me, because I give you enough respect not to talk about my agendas or any agendas with conversations you are not a part of. I will come and ask you if those conversations happen.
Right.
But then a few hours later, a conversation is had again about me, and I'm apparently a snake. So let me shed this skin off, and let's continue to take notes from my book, because I have played an open book, and like I explained, I cannot be devious in this game. I can only be honest. So I love when people will try to come at me when I am playing an honest game.
Okay.
That's it. That's
Okay,
more. And
cool.
if you have more questions for me, please fucking ask me all of them, and you could bring everybody in this house.
Oh, yeah,
Because
we're gonna
when
do
I
that.
say, when I say that I play an honest game, I don't bluff. I know that I play an honest game. So if you want to pick every single person in here, I will look them in the eyes, ask them when and where I said that question, and you could make your decisions based on those responses.
Okay, so just for clarification, I am not a motherfucker. Number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, did I ever, and I don't even curse, did I ever say Paul's name? Did I
At the
ever say his name?
And you started telling me that you had private conversations with him, and he advised you not to have one-on-ones.
Yeah, I said that, but did I ever say that he was a snake?
No,
I said
but
there
you
is
followed-
a snake.
You followed
You
up
followed it with
afterwards
that.
with
Dominic,
I
you
do.
Oh my-
constantly
okay.
drop implications at people, and you say,
Okay.
well, that was your implication. That is
Alright.
what you took. Of course that's what they're going to take when you set up a conversation with Paul. Oh, by the way, there is a snake. Of course that is where their
But there
logic is
is.
going to follow.
There is.
Sure there is. But you are implying that that snake is me. And you're going to tell me, oh, I tossed the implication out there, and you fit the mold, and you're coming and attacking me. No, homie. I heard it 4 times today. 4 done.
You heard it 4 times?
4 times. I came to you about the first 3, and this is now 4. And we have people in the room.
So call names. Who are the first 3?
Don't need to talk about it because they're not here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All
you
right.
want me to? We could wake entire
Yes,
house
I
up.
would. Yes, I would love it.
But I don't need to humor that.
No,
Because
we can
so
do that
far,
tomorrow. Let's do that tomorrow. I want
I don't
names.
need to because
Why,
you know
but why
what?
not?
Because so
if you
far
have absolutely nothing to hide, have the people in here
because
that
I don't
said
need to
that
give
I
you the
said,
moment to
Okay.
speak whatever you need to speak of. Because now I know
Okay.
that the only snake here is sitting right in front of me because you lied to my face
Watch
4
when y'all
times.
watch the episode. You'll see. You'll see.
Okay, that's easy to say when we're living in the house.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
So when we watch the episodes, we can also see that
I
I'm
never
telling the truth.
just for the record, all the cameras, I never said you were a snake.
So you
never, absolutely never said you were a snake. And the fact that you, Alex, would come and make it seem as if that's what I said, I just said it was a
exactly
male.
how you did it.
Yeah.
I said this slithering thing. I said that they're by their atmosphere.
That the
I
season
did-
of temptations, the one person who came back
then
and you
I-
pretty
There's
much,
a tempter.
I
It
did.
is a tempter in the house.
So am I the
there's never-
tempter?
and
I
then
never
followed
said
up.
that.
but you implied it.
And
then I followed
I
up.
imply a lot of things.
And what?
Yes.
You're pulling an easy book.
Okay.
Look,
All
this
right.
is not my first time playing this game, so you could lead
and
up
that's
to a
fine.
climax and then not say what the climax is, but you built up to it, Dom.
Okay.
And if you're trying to point
So
fingers at me,
who told you that I did not vote? Who told you that? Who told you that I did not vote for Cody?
You did.
That I did not vote for
No, I
Cody?
mean that you voted. No, you didn't. No one told me that
So how did I get blamed for that?
because people had concerns about it, and I told you that.
And any of these
I
people
told
in the room?
you that. I would not like to out people right now because obviously this is a bad conversation.
Ah, okay. Okay. So that it can be assumed that those people are in the room. Because if they
No.
weren't, you would say that they aren't. Okay.
I'm protecting
All right.
everyone.
Cool. So for the record, I did not call you a snake. I was still assessing the situation. I was sharing with her the things that have been said so that she has clarity about everything that has been happening. Everything that I told you was true.
Same.
Everything that I told you was true. Even with Alex, I didn't mind her sharing that with you because I was 100 about it. And then also for the record, this whole little interview thing that people use to put a target on my back, that was not a part of my strategy. That was not a part of my game. And if people are as smart as they say they are, they would have figured that out. The third thing is I did vote for Cody. I am one team, one fight, and you all will see that sooner rather than later. And the fact that I am targeted, just wait. Just wait. So do whatever you got to do. If you want to vote me out, that's fine.
Dom, my only quarrel with you right now is the fact that I came to you, 3 people had already said you dropped my name. After having that conversation and looking you in your face in a private one-on-one, you go and say something again to the HOH, to the person who is friends with the POV holder
5
when
minutes
you're
ago.
on the block.
5
I
minutes
came
ago.
up and I told you I would bring up all the information and tell everyone exactly the
right.
link. So I came
and
up
it's
and
not
did
that I
everything.
wasn't going to talk to you. I was going to wait until we had this conversation. And then you know what else, Paul, that really baffles me? You are choosing to believe 3 people over me. That's what I'm saying. Like, so how do you know that they're not lying to you about me because they're potentially targeting me? I'm just saying, like, and when I tell you,
Because one team,
when
one
I tell you,
fight.
I have been loyal to everybody on the freaking team.
But I have not?
Everybody.
But I have not?
Dude, you made an assumption that I told 3 people, now 4 people, that
But
I
if these
said
4
bad
people are
things
com-
about you.
But clearly, after I have a conversation with you, and then you start talking about a snake, you
Dude,
start
this
talking
was
about the season
literally,
of
we had
Tempted.
that conversation 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. I'm sitting in the bed and I tell her that she said she wanted to talk. I was like, hey, these are some things that I want to point out. And she said that she wanted to talk to me with people in the room. And I said,
saw
oh,
that
no, that's
downstairs.
perfectly fine.
Right.
Actually, she said one person. I said, no, I want the whole room in it. And if I'm lying about something or I'm scheming and deceiving, then why would I want everybody in the freaking room?
But
That
what-
makes no sense, number one. It makes absolutely no sense. So, again, for the record, and it's up to you to believe it and everybody in this room to believe it. And if you don't, perfectly fine. I never said you were a snake.
Okay.
I am still assessing
Fair.
the situation because there is somebody that I consider to be a tempter. Why? Because I'm targeted for something that I never did. And this is what disloyalty looks like for all of you who are sitting in this room. And this is what I wanted to express with everybody sitting in here before I went home. And you know what? I'm not even concerned about how it looks in this house
But do you
because
know what the
America is going
conversation
to
was?
see. America is going to see that I was the real one, that I am the honest one. You all will see. So play the game however you feel necessary. And I'm going to say this openly. They came for me, and I guarantee you they're coming for you.
Okay, the conversations that were being had up here, clearly you like to talk about assumptions. What did you assume the conversations were about?
With you?
No. You said that we are all up here, and this is an act of disloyalty. So if it is an act of disloyalty, please
Wait,
tell
what do
me.
you mean?
In your monologue that you just gave,
Yeah, I'm talking about the team. The 7 of us that are on a team.
there is no longer a team.
I get that. You told me that, 3 hours ago? You decided to dissolve the team 3 hours ago.
I did not decide to
Dude,
dissolve the
You just said
team.
that at this point, Dominique, I am working alone. Did you not say that?
I didn't say at this point I am working
Okay.
alone. I
All
said
right.
at this point, Dominique, I think...
Listen, hear me when I say, I promise unto God, this is what that guy said. He said, I am now working alone. I don't even know who I can trust. I'm telling you what he said. Mark my words. If you don't believe me, it's totally up
Okay,
to you.
you could use the Bible for whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
But what I said was, at this point, I need to retract and reassess who I can and cannot trust. And I said the act of a team is clearly no longer there based off of the following actions of the past few weeks. So do not tell me, I swear to God, that this is what that guy said.
I didn't
because
swear.
I'm pretty sure God cannot vouch for you in this moment.
Okay,
so you
but
can
he
swear
will.
to God as much as you can.
He will.
He
You'll
will.
see.
Well, guess what? He's not here right now to play this game.
Oh, he
But
is.
you are.
He's here.
So it's easy to toss it
If
onto
I'm here,
God.
he's here.
Okay, that's great, Dom. But I'm not trying to bring religion
Listen.
into a make-believe game on a TV show. God does not belong in a TV
My
show.
relationship with God does not stop when I
Then don't bring him as a
in
character into the Big Brother house.
Okay,
because
I
he
can do
cannot
whatever I want to
vouch.
do first off.
That's fine, but he
Yeah.
holds no weight because he is not here
Well,
as
we'll
a
see
physical,
we'll see
tangible
how much
object.
weight he holds.
Oh my
We'll
God.
see
I am
because
not
you will not be
questioning
here very
God.
long.
Oh
Watch.
my God. I
Watch.
am not questioning your
I'm
belief
telling you,
or
y'all better
anything in
think
God.
about it.
But you cannot toss it
I
and
know
say,
what he said,
I
and I
swear to
wouldn't
God
make
that he
this up.
said that.
I would not make this up. I know what he said.
Look, it's a he
I
said,
know
she said.
what
right?
he said.
And I know
again,
what I said.
Again, you guys can decide to believe whatever you want to believe.
So far, it seems
So,
like you
and
are not.
I don't have to
Keep speaking
convince.
louder.
I don't have to convince anybody otherwise. Honesty, truth will always prevail. I don't have to open my mouth. The fact that I'm even opening my mouth is, I feel like I'm doing it is when I really don't have to be doing it. But the fact that I'm doing it is because I want you all to know that this girl was honest and true.
Was she? Because you, okay, so let's go back to where we started this conversation, because it seems like we've gone off on a tangent. You pointed at me and you
That's
said you
cute.
were certain that I was the one who gave information to Elena. And we just clarified that that is not the case. So looks like your certainty was incorrect.
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so,
Yeah.
but now you're tossing assumptions that I am a snake. Heard
Again,
4
I
times my
never
name from
said.
your mouth today. And now that I'm calling up on you, you're going to say that all 4 is a lie when one of them is sitting right here. I could bring the other 3 up here gladly.
did-
I
I-
repeated the events.
Said that I advise you not to have one-on-one
I
conversations.
did not say that.
Okay.
You can keep laughing and showing your
Oh my
emotions, but
God.
I'm talking to you
Okay.
and looking you straight in your face, and you're having a problem keeping
Your
eye
audience
contact.
is going to see this. Your
My
followers
audience
are
is
gonna see
clapping
this.
right now.
Okay.
Because this is what I do best. Call people out on their bullshit. And you know what I did say to you? Is I advise to you that if you have something to say, since people are lying, that maybe you should come and ask me first instead of confiding in other people. So you can make all the reactions that you want, but guess what? The only person who's shaking their head and not looking at me is you.
Oh, I can look at you. I'm
You
not
can then
intimidated.
answer my questions. I'm not trying to
What is your
intimidate
question?
you.
You just made
but
a comment, not a. You didn't question me. You just made a comment. What's your question?
I've been asking you questions this whole time, Dominique.
Dude, you just made a comment. What was your? And actually, you just gave
Look,
me a whole paragraph.
this reaction war is not working, okay?
I'm not
because
trying
I'm
to.
not buying it.
I don't want you to buy it.
I know what I said.
I don't care if you buy it or not, Paul.
Okay,
Understand
then.
that.
Just understand that when I
Yes.
said
You're
people
going
could choose.
home, though. I guarantee you that.
I know I'm going home at some point. I'd be foolish not to believe that.
Earlier rather than later. That's if.
That's
the people
real
that are in
smug
this
coming
room
from the
listen.
person who is on the block right now.
Yeah, that's because I was stabbed in the back.
By whom? You think it's me? But I
said
think
what
you're
you-
wrong. So you come to all these assumptions and then you act on them. Then you blame others for assuming things when you chew it up and put it in their mouth, in a rhetorical, in a metaphor, in whatever you want to say. So
Can you
Dominique,
provide an example as to that?
yes, snakes. You gave me examples of snakes. You gave her examples of snakes. You gave everybody in this goddamn house examples of snakes. And you
But
are
if-
giving the same
okay.
metaphors left and right and fishing for certain information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I told you, Dominique, people could choose me to use me as an asset and go far in this game, or they could choose to use me as an enemy. And it has been made clear that you are choosing to use me as an enemy. So if you're going to come at me, you better have your books ready, because I play a clear, open book.
That's
and if
fine.
you could call every person in this house, and I will not be afraid to say the same shit I'm saying right now
sure you're
in
not.
front of everybody.
I'm sure you're not, because you've done this before and you're pretty good at holding it together. I'm pretty sure you're not.
I
don't
have
doubt
not
that.
hid the fact that I've done this before. I think everybody knows that,
I
seeing
never
as I'm
said
the
you
only
did.
vet in the house. So I have done this before, but I am
It's
also.
interesting how reactive you are.
It's interesting how I'm calling you out on your bullshit and you can't answer.
Okay.
It's interesting how
Dude,
this
you
game has
haven't asked me a
implemented
question.
wristbands that say the word friendship on it.
Yeah?
So I'm good at keeping it together.
Do you say
Or am I
that-
just good at being honest and calling people out when they are calling bullshit?
Okay. That's cool.
Is it? So am I a snake? Do you think I'm the snake?
I think
Do
you have
think
snake
I-
tendencies. Yes,
I
I
have
do.
snake tendencies.
I never
Do you
said you
think
were a
I'm the
snake.
one who is putting the target on your back?
I don't know.
So maybe don't open up assumptions when you don't fully know
I
something.
can do whatever I want to do.
Well, then you end up in this position.
That's fine.
And if you have clearly
this
chosen
game is
to
not
pick-
my life, Paul. You do understand.
ain't
that.
mine either.
Okay.
But somebody who attacks my character gets attacked right back.
Okay.
And I
well,
don't like
all
it
of America's
when somebody
gonna see what you said and how you just said you didn't say what you said. So
I don't think I'm worried about all of America, because I'm pretty sure all of America has my back in this game.
That's
Because
good.
clearly the lies and deception started way before, which is why they tossed me what they tossed me.
Okay.
So you could keep pointing at cameras and telling us to watch this game after, but the fact of the matter is, we're still in here, and we're still in here for a very long time.
I hope you
So
guys are convinced.
Again, another tossed comment.
I hope you're convinced.
Guys, I hope you're convinced. I hope you're convinced. I hope you're convinced. You want to keep doing this petty shit?
Petty?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I
And
slithered.
you're the one that's
that's
being
why I slithered down
extremely
over to you.
reactive, but
I'm being
okay.
extremely reactive?
Yeah.
Look,
You're
I
defending
called it.
yourself, Paul, and I guess if I were you, I'd probably be doing the same thing. So
Why
that,
would you be doing it if you were me?
so
But you're
that
not me.
so that they will believe you. So
No,
that you're
I think they
believable.
believed me before that, because I told them that I was going to come talk to you, because I got nothing to hide.
Me
But
either.
it sounds like you
Me
were
either.
so certain that I was the person who knew this, and it turns out that I wasn't. So what else are you so certain of that I've done that I can prove to you that it wasn't me, Dominique? What else? Was it just that?
Nope.
Is there other things?
Oh, absolutely.
Roll it out.
No, I think it'll surface.
No, it won't.
I can
Roll
again.
it out.
I can do whatever I decide to do. Just because you request it doesn't mean I have to honor your request.
Oh, but I thought you came in here with guns hot and ready.
No, I
ready
wanted to do
have
that
this
tomorrow with
conversation.
everybody in the room.
Oh, so when you have your podium
Because
to
it's
speak,
not as effective when only a third of the house is in.
wake up the rest of the house and bring him in here.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm
Why?
respectable enough to do that.
Oh, wait, who's
not
up?
to do that.
Christmas and Jason.
Why don't we call them up too? Hold up.
I love it.
So do I. Hey, Christmas and Jason, you guys want to get in on this?
Definitely gonna need some help, so.
Alex.
I am absolutely baffled and shocked by your behavior, Dominique.
Me too.
Alright. Anyone else up?
Wait, who's going down? I need some water. I'm getting fucking dry now.
Jason, get in here.
God, I missed this game. Jason, do you mind bringing me a cup of water, bud? Oh, shit, you're already up here. Never mind.
I'll get the water.
Thanks.
Yep.
I never wanted this to happen, Dominique. But when somebody attacks my character, that is when I get upset. When somebody tries to call me a snake in front of the people that I built my reputation on, that is when I get upset and defensive. And I will be defensive because I will defend my integrity in this game and in anywhere else in life. That's all I'm saying to you.
Duly noted.
Fair. I did not walk around and pinpoint anything at you. So I do not think that it is fair that you are doing that to me.
Okay. What you heard Alex say is what I said, and that's the only time that I mention your name. So those other three
I
individuals
will call them up here
that
gladly.
said that I mentioned your name, they lied.
But I have no reason to believe that they are liars because they have
And
not.
you have a reason to believe that I'm a liar. Let's just
I do not.
pretend. Let's just pretend that Alex didn't come up here and say that, or I didn't even talk to her briefly downstairs. You have any reason to believe that I would be lying about anything?
Three people who have absolutely nothing to do with one another telling me the same thing, and when I confront you, you tell me that all three are
Oh my
lying.
gosh. Helena just said some of the same things. Like the two people that told her that were totally unrelated. This is okay.
Christmas is on her way.
All right.
She's coming.
Oh, dude, thank you so much.
Let
I
me get a
appreciate that.
cigarette.
You're welcome.
Were you talking about?
What?
Josh, where did you come from, by the
Gosh,
way?
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh,
man.
I just want to hear because nobody talks to me, so I just want to be. I mean, I'm part of the house too, so I want to hear
I'll
what the
have a
fuck is
sip
going
of
on.
beer.
Yeah.
Your fly's down, bro.
I'm tired of being kept in the dark.
Yeah. There it is.
And I'm not trying to create hostility. I have a lot of respect for you.
You've
I have-
already done that. You've disrespected me on multiple levels just by having this conversation.
Really?
Some of the things that you've said, yes.
Likewise,
absolutely.
I could say you have disrespected me by going behind my back, calling me a snake, and telling me that I am the tempter of this game. So we can
And
go
Alex,
back and forth.
for the record, did I ever say that Paul was a snake
No.
or a tempter?
Alex,
But
for
it
the
was
record,
Paul
was it
right
heavily
after.
implied that I was a snake?
I think it was, honestly.
Heavily implied.
Heavily.
Yes.
Okay.
That,
Says yes from the person who took the implication, who was saying it right in front of you. So I see what you do. You don't connect all the dots, but you connect all of them except one and leave it for somebody else to connect and let it manifest in their mind. I see what you're doing, and I'm calling you out on it, and I don't think you have an explanation.
That
And just to fill you in-
are being dishonest. That's the only explanation I can
Dishonest
provide.
about what?
The things that you said you did not say that you said.
But okay, I just proved to you my honesty because the one tangible
one
example,
thing, the one thing.
the one thing, the tangible
Yeah.
one that does not involve God, that only involves you and I.
Okay.
And it's a he said, she
I
said.
see you. Do not do that.
It is a he said, she said, of course.
But you're accusing me of calling you a snake when I did not verbatim say,
Okay,
you are
you
a
did not
snake.
verbatim say it, but I am equally upset that you heavily implied that I'm a snake.
Okay.
So let's put it that way. If that terminology is going to tickle you the right way, I am upset that you heavily implied behind my back that I am a snake.
Implications are made with various house guests all over the place. But
And I
until
think
it
you
is
are the one who is
confirmed-
setting it forward. And I think you are the one who has been setting it forward, which is why you are causing discomfort in this house.
Oh, I'm causing discomfort?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You are. And that is not
Is that
my words.
that's a consensus, an overall house consensus?
I don't know. Maybe you can
Christmas. Hold on.
maybe you can keep asking people and coming to
No,
your
I'm serious. Like, is that a
conclusions.
house consensus that I'm making people uncomfortable?
This is not involving anybody else but you and I.
But you said it.
Of course I said
If
it,
people are,
but I am not
I'm
bringing
pretty
in
sure
a
it
jury.
involves everybody in this room. They're here. So if I'm causing discomfort in the house, I want to know, is that a house consensus?
Crickets. Nobody's going to respond to you, but I'm sitting here and I will respond to you. And this has nothing to
Yeah.
do with them
Yeah. I
because
know.
they are not.
Because
you
they
just
don't want
wanted
to
an
put
audience.
targets on their backs, and I respect that.
No, I'll
I
speak for
respect that.
myself because I don't need to be quiet for anybody. I speak for myself. I don't know what the fuck is going on, so that's why I came up here to inform myself since nobody wants to inform me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to be involved because I genuinely don't know what's going on. But
I can
on
respect
that
that.
note,
Yeah.
it's not about me not placing a
Yeah.
target on myself. I just don't know what's going on, and this is very informative. So that's all.
That's good. I want you to be informed so you
Yeah.
can make an informed decision.
So again, you coming at me telling me I'm going home
we're
very
waiting on
soon.
Christmas.
Okay, we could keep going.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's up, Moo Moo?
Hi.
Have a seat here. That's probably easiest for you.
You probably want something to prop your. You want to prop your leg on this chair?
I'll just scoot it up.
Give it this pillow.
Okay, that doesn't move.
Here. You want to put your leg up on that? Yeah, just a little closer. Thank you. Hey, we happen to pick cars from this.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Nobody's been to bed, huh?
No.
I slept for like 3 hours.
But Dom, I genuinely have nothing else to say. If you answered my question,
What's your question?
oh God.
No, I'm
I-
serious. Like, what question did I not answer?
So
Did
you
I
didn't call
you
me a snake, but you heavily
I did not
implied
call
that
you
I'm
a
a
snake.
snake.
I answered that question.
Okay,
What's the next question?
But you heavily implied that I was a snake.
No, I mean, if that's
According
how
to
you want
the only
take
person that you told,
it-
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
And then you had conversations behind my back that you claim never happened, but the people who are telling me have no other incentive to lie to me. And coming from somebody who's on the block who's gonna try to toss aim anywhere else, again, the season of temptation. There's clearly a tempter in this house. You just had a long conversation about Paul. You're painting pictures in people's
Paul,
head, and you're letting them
Elena,
finish
and
it.
I just
Paul,
was-
Elena, and what else?
Yes. So Christmas, just
about
to bring
me?
you up to
Sorry.
just to bring you up to speed, I had a conversation with Alex,
And 3 other people today.
which is a lie. I did not have a conversation about you. I've
Right.
talked to I think everybody in the house. Did not have a conversation. I did not mention your name as you say I have in a negative connotation. Who I'm
Did
telling
you mention
who-
my name at all?
I don't think I did. And
You
if
don't
I
think or
did,
you didn't?
I said I don't think I did. I talked to everybody and I told you. I said if I did,
If
it was
I
not in a negative way because you said was it in a negative way? I was like, no.
You
said, well,
probably
that's all.
tossed it again with more implications.
Okay. All
Because it's
right.
not negative, right? Just like this conversation with Alex was a negative.
Okay.
But she was heavily implied that I'm a snake.
Okay,
I
so
told
Christmas,
exactly
just to
what you
bring you up to speed, I talked to Alex and I was just sharing with her some of the things that I wanted to discuss, and she said that she wanted to talk to me tomorrow and then to have like other people. And I said, well, can I share with you who I would love for you to invite? And she said, yeah, sure. I said everybody because I've talked to everybody, and I'd rather I say what I have to say amongst all people, so that they can decide for themselves what is the truth and what is not the truth.
So you're trying to have...
I'm
okay, you're
not
talking.
finished.
I'm sorry.
And I also mentioned to her the conversation that I had with Elena. This is just me putting everything out on the table. And I also told her, I said, this is a season of temptation. And if you think about it, there's a tempter in the house. It's appropriate. And then I moved forward with telling her the conversation that I had with Paul, how Paul advised me not to have individual,
Never said that.
private conversations. He said he didn't say it, but
But let's
he
ask
said
God.
it. He said it. And he also asked me for his respect. And he's saying that I didn't give him the respect, but I mean, like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning and I was going to make my rounds. But I didn't want to make a false accusation until I felt secure in the accusation I was going to make. And that's why I was going to do it in the entire setting of other people. The reason why I told her all of that information, number one, is to brace her so that she's prepared for
Prepared
what
for what?
is coming. For what is coming.
The rap
And I also wanted her to know that, hey, I'm not the liar here. I know people feel a certain way and they think a certain way, but I am being targeted. And if I am being targeted for doing absolutely nothing, then other people will be targeted the same. So that's what I wanted to share with the entire house because I didn't want anybody to miss it and I didn't want to have to say it twice. Paul is accusing me of being a liar and a snake. And he has a right.
I am accusing you of calling me a snake. So here is the sweet pea agenda that you
I never
gave.
called him a
But
snake,
let me
and
break
Alex said that.
Okay, you talked, right? So let me break it down to you, the real version that happened. Also, you just made a few points. You said, I am one for the team and one fight, yet you just
one
said,
team, one fight.
if I am being accused of something, then I'm going to let everybody in on it. So which means you are not a team player at all, because if you have your back in a corner, you are so willing to start talking about the people you just listed, Elena, Paul, who else did you list? Sounds like people from your team. That does not sound like much of a team player to me. Point A. So she just gave you the sweet pea version of what happened. Alex came up here and informed me that,
You asked.
Yeah.
like she
And
said,
if I didn't ask, think about it.
wait,
if it
wait,
was
I gave you a
just-
chance to talk, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Cool.
So,
Sorry.
like she said, she let up all these things, built it up, and started talking about a tempter being in the house. This is the seasons of temptation. Paul is the returning vet. And then started talking about a private conversation that I had with her, which I said, hey, Dominique, I have heard, this was the private conversation to fill you in, I have heard that you have mentioned my name 3 times so far today by pulling people into a room and having private conversations with them, which they came back to me and said, hey, bud, she said this and this, and that's not, this is what happened, right? So, didn't act on it. As respect to you, came and asked you directly instead of feeding into what these people said and said, hey, Dom, did you mention my name in any conversation today? Because I thought we had a mutual thing, and I thought we had a way where if you had a problem with me, you could come and tell me to my face. And if not, then maybe we don't have that mutual respect. And she said, Paul, those people are lying. And I said, okay, if that's your word, those people are lying. I would appreciate it from now on. If you had questions, if you had thoughts that involve me, you should have the comfort and respect to just come and ask me, right? You don't need to ask other people, because why not just go to the source and ask them if you claim to trust me or respect me as much as you do? And she said, duly noted. Is that a fair representation of our conversation?
I mean, you added some things, but yeah.
Right, of course. I added some things. So then the conversation was over, and I thought all was well. And I said, Dominique, I get you're on the block. You want to figure out some shit on your own? Go ahead. But if it involves me, I would appreciate it if you came and asked me so that other people don't get the wrong implications. But a few hours later, I am up here amongst these few talking about some stuff which you decided to display as an act of disloyalty just because I am up here with people talking. Sounds a lot like block paranoia, but what do I know? I've only played this game before and I'm good at keeping it in. So then she told Alex down there that, again, building up her case, telling her about all these things, putting the idea of a snake being in the house and all these other weird backwards implications of something, and then heavily talking about Paul said this, Paul did that, and twisted a few words of mine to make it seem like I bullied you into thinking that I said, if you're going to talk about me, it's not the way it went. But again, it was a he said, she said, and you guys could take it however you'd like. So hearing this information from Alex, not to toss her under the bus, she said that she was ready to call out a snake tomorrow, implying that the snake is either a male in this room. Pretty much all signs pointed to Paul, because it sure as shit isn't Mark, and I really don't think it's Elena. So I'm going to assume that it was me, and based off the way that she made it sound and that she was assumed to believe that she is talking about Paul. Now, what do we know about Paul? Is Paul has been quoting to play a very honest game. And when people attack my character and when people blame me for something that I didn't do, I go to the source and I call them out. So I slithered down to Dominique's bed, hissed at her, and told her to come upstairs so we could quarrel this out. And she said she was positive, she was sold that because she only told 2 people information, she was convinced that one of those things definitely came from me because she only told me about it and the information came back from Elena. So when we asked Elena, did I ever say any of those things to you? Elena's answer was
100% no.
wow, so looks like you were wrong. So looks like you were giving implications to people that I am a snake, a liar, a tempter in this game, when it is not true. So then portrays me as being defensive and overly reactive. Would you not be overly reactive if you were blamed for something you didn't do? And I called you right up here in front of the audience that you so wanted.
No, it's not everybody.
It's not everybody, but this is a good pretty much portion.
Yeah.
We could do this again tomorrow, and I would love to do it all over again. And guess what? You were wrong in one point, and clearly it is still a he said, she said, and we have another person telling you that she was heavily implied that you were implying that I'm a snake. So now that you are caught up to speed, Christmas, that's where we stand now. And if there's anything else you would like to say to me, which I don't think you are, because why waste it on me when you could keep on spreading your implications?
Question?
Yes.
Sure.
So why not just clear the air tonight?
With what?
Who
What do
you're
you?
referring to?
Oh, with the snake?
Because she hasn't come to that conclusion yet.
Yeah. So the thing is, I didn't want to call out names without having certainty, because Paul said that 3 people mentioned that I spoke about him in a negative way. I asked him for names. He was not willing to give that to me.
Just like you are not willing to give me a lot of information.
I
Just like-
heard no name in our conversation.
So it looks like you should start giving
But-
some names.
Yeah, because I
He also
I didn't want to
definitely
falsely
didn't tell
accuse.
me anything you said. So that's my two.
Yeah.
That's my 2 things that's basically all I can contribute at this point.
Because unlike you, when I say team for a fight for a team, whatever, I
One
do not
team, one
one team,
fight.
one fight. I do not toss other people's names in my business. But I ask you directly
I
if you
never
said it.
mentioned anybody's
But
name.
you asked for the names.
What are you talking about?
When we had the conversation, you asked me to give you the names.
Yes, because people are lying on me. I'm on the block. So people are lying on me because they want to get me out. So of course I want to know who the names are.
So
because
like you
I'd
said,
rather
if
us
you're being
all be
blamed
in
for
a
something,
room.
let's all
No,
just toss
I'd
the
rather
blame
us
around.
all be in a room and I ask, what did I say about Paul that was negative? With you here, what did I say about Paul that was negative? The second person, what did I say about Paul that was negative? Third person, what did I say about Paul that was
Those people
negative?
not in the room?
I don't know.
But we have, hold on.
He doesn't want to give me names.
We have
But
2
you know
people.
who you talked to.
Yeah, I talked to everybody. That's why I wanted everybody here.
But you only gave me about 4 names that you talked to, not everybody.
Oh,
there's
here's Raven.
Also, 2 people here just bounced back certain things that I did not.
Come upstairs, darling.
So I don't need to involve more people.
So-
I have been sold, and I don't need to
4
sell
names.
you on information. I have
So
my
that
own
means that
information.
it would either be Raven, Christmas, Elena.
No, I already said it wasn't me.
Yeah. I talked to Mark.
I didn't say anything.
So I'm 4 when you talked to me about that.
But guess what? I found out what I needed to know.
Okay.
And that's all I needed to know. I won't give you the benefit to toss any other names under the bus
That's
because
fine.
one team, one fight, I ain't doing it.
That's
and I'm
fine.
already not happy that you wanted an audience here, and a few people are visibly
Oh,
uncomfortable.
no,
by it.
but why not? Why not have everybody here if you don't have anything to hide? So that's my this is my approach, Christmas. I'd rather everybody be here because I have absolutely nothing to
Okay, so is
hide.
Raven coming up?
Yeah.
So if that's all the people that you talked to,
She just
then-
went back.
She's probably going to get mad if I had to guess.
so then why don't we just clear the air tonight then?
I
Why
cleared
don't
my
I?
hair.
The thing is, I don't mind waking people up. However, I don't want to they're asleep, so I don't want
Is it
them.
anybody else other than Raven and Matt included?
I mean, if she
It's
wants the
also
whole
6
house,
in the
then
morning.
there's
Yeah,
Kevin and
so people are
Jess
asleep.
and
So I didn't talk to Ramses.
And
Ramsey,
also,
so Ramsey, did you
also-
talk-
Yeah, no. So I talked to Kevin.
Well, it's too late now. Everyone's gonna get up. So
Also,
this is gonna happen right now.
your agenda.
Raven's waking everybody up.
No, she's gonna get mad, but she's gonna wake up everyone in the HOH, the have not room. She can't walk in there and not.
yeah, and Kevin's probably awake because he just doesn't sleep, and
Yeah.
then not leaves Ramses next to him.
Yeah.
Are we
And then
missing
Ramsey-
anything?
Kevin was going in and out because I was sleeping in your bed.
You are also, again, continuing this house meeting
Mm-hmm.
based off of the fact that I am going to throw 3 people under the bus, which I am not.
Nope.
So I am not
No.
going to do that.
No, that was not the basis of
So what
me
else?
wanting
Okay,
to meet
so you
with
have
the,
other questions.
No, I was gonna let people. I was gonna basically plead my case. I was just basically gonna plead my case that I am being targeted. I've said on numerous occasions that I voted for Cody with the team. I've said on numerous occasions that I did not understand why people were offended with the interview. It was being tossed around to various people that it was a part of my game or my strategy. I've always been on one accord with the team. I've always voted with the team. So for me to be targeted and for there to be a lie planted in people's heads that I was the person that didn't vote for Cody and that there was game associated with the interview that I had with Cody is just a bit suspicious to me. So I just wanted to let people know that, hey, everything that I've said has been true. Everything that I said has been true. The reality of the situation is I'm on the block.
Hello.
Morning. Don't trip.
Here.
I got up. Oh, it's all good.
You can just prop your foot.
I was on this table. Girl, thank you. There's some broke bitches.
Yeah, so
So what was the point? So let me ask. If you wanted an audience to find out, to talk to the people who you had the conversations with all at once, aren't we here?
And you're also assuming the
Probably
fact
not,
that
Kevin.
everybody is open and willing to talk to you in front of an audience, which I'm not quite sure people are. I am. I'm here. You can keep asking me questions, and I would love to talk in front of all these people. But
Yeah.
I don't think you have any more questions for me.
I mean,
Other
because
than
it's-
asking me to throw 3 people under the bus, which I refuse to do based on my own
I never
integrity.
asked you to throw anybody under the bus, Paul, and you know that.
Okay, then there's
So,
no need to toss 3 names out.
So Paul, just so you guys will know, and this is for because at this point I know people are confused, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are on Paul's side. So because of that, I'm not certain I'm going to get the votes to stay here, although some people have committed. With that being said, again, I'm going to emphasize the fact that I am being targeted, and the things that people are saying about me are totally untrue. The things that Paul says that people are feeding him, he says that that's what they're doing, are totally untrue. I have never spoken negatively about Paul. I called Alex, just for the new people that are here, I called Alex probably, like 30 minutes ago at this point, to let her know that, hey, she actually told me that she wanted to talk to me and she wanted to have another person in the room. I was like, well, can I make a suggestion that we have everybody? Because my thing is, if I'm going to say something, I want to say it amongst all people. So number one, there's no he say, she say. And I wanted people to hear and see the reactions of everybody and to confirm what I said to everybody. And if there was any discrepancy or something that was made up that some people said that I said during our private conversations, I figured this would be the perfect opportunity with everybody here to have that conversation. Now, Paul denies that he told me, that he advised me not to have private conversations. He denies that he didn't say that. I wouldn't even lie. Why would I lie about that?
Why would I
number
lie
one?
about it, guys? Why would I lie about it?
And
Let's keep
then
doing
he
that.
also disclosed to me that he was basically dissolving the team and that he doesn't know who to trust at this point. So he was going to dissolve the team. And I'm just telling you that that's what he said. And he said, what I'm doing is, I think the
Who
word
else was
used
in the room?
retracted-
Just you and I?
Yeah, so listen.
Let me tell you what
No,
actually.
let me finish.
Finish.
I think the word he may have used was retract. I think that's the word that he used.
And
that he was,
reassess.
Yeah,
Totally different
that-
than the word dissolve. A lot of letters off from R&D.
you said, as far as you know, there's no team. That's
As
what
far
you
as
said.
I know, standing right now,
And
how
so-
could there be a team off of 2 weeks of inconsistency?
Okay, but that's what you said. You said, as far as I know, there's no
what I
team,
said.
and I'm going to work by myself, and whoever wants to work with me is perfectly fine. That's what Paul said. But he said he didn't say any of this. And I mean, like, why would I make something up like this, number one?
Because you're on the block and you're trying to toss blame. Also, let's
All
just
right.
let me chime
When
in
did that
again,
conversation happen?
In APSR today.
and let me tell you exactly how that conversation happened. So, let me just point out how Dominique started the conversation to show you her strategy and how she works. I already know that I probably don't have the votes because you're all on Paul's side, which clearly now makes it a Paul and Dominique thing, which is further implying
Because
that
that's what it is right now. It wasn't like that before, but that's what it is
Oh,
right
but-
now because of what
So
all
to-
the things that you have just said.
all
So
the-
that is what it is. It's no denying that.
Right, okay.
It would be different if I was sitting here arguing with Alex or going back and forth with Alex, and it would be about me and Alex. If I was going back and forth with Josh, it would be about me and Josh. Although that was not the original intent, but because you are reactively responding to what you thought I implied, but I never said you was a snake at all. This is me.
But you
assessing-
implied it, right?
All right. You
Hold
you
on, the
said-
one person you told
said
was
that it was implied. It was
Oh,
implied.
no. The person
And
you
it
were
would be
talking
different,
to
but-
said that it was implied, honey,
And,
not
and
me.
you just said that I called you a snake. You said I called you a snake, but
Because
I
the
never
person-
did.
Implied.
Implied. She said implied. I
It was
never
implied.
called Paul a snake.
But you
at
implied
all.
that Paul is a
And-
snake.
Okay.
So
and
let's
I
just
had-
say you implied Paul is a snake. Why don't you continue the conversation with, I implied Paul is a snake. Sure, you didn't call me a snake. You implied I was a snake, just like you started this conversation with an implication that there is sides. Now, guys, the whole reason why I'm up here shouting and all full of energy, because Dominique, today, like I said, I had a conversation with her, and certain things did not add up. You said that people are lying about certain conversations that you had with them that involved my name. Now, based on the integrity that I hold about people in this house, I will not give you those names for your pleasure. But I trust
It's
those
not for my
people
pleasure.
far more beyond than I trust you. And when I called you out on it, you called all three of those people liars. Then I told you, did you not say those people were lying?
Because
about,
so
you did.
So wait, let me say this. Let me
but
say
you
this.
did.
Let me provide clarification for those who heard this conversation 2 times already. If a person, because you said the 3 people said that I said that I used your name in a negative connotation. That is a lie.
Or clearly an
So if
implication
they
because you
said
have a
that,
skewed perception of what that is.
They are considered liars because I never said anything negative about you.
Okay, guys, there's 2 points that I need to make here, and I will drop mic and quit humoring your argument and your claps and your expressions and I'm not trying to do that. There's facts here.
Oh my
Elena,
God.
the first thing that she pointed out, I'm sorry to keep bringing this out to you.
'Cause that's the
Sorry to
only-
keep bringing this out to you, but I
only
want
foundation he has.
to run Matt and Raven up on where we are. Dominique went to Alex when she was downstairs, started talking about this is the season of temptations. Please correct me if I'm wrong anywhere here.
Start with this slithering. What a snake does, it slithers. Snakes, how they find their surroundings, they know because they're familiar with their surroundings.
Familiar with their surroundings. This is the season of temptation. Who is the one person that was tossed in here? Did you not say those things?
I didn't say tossed.
What did you say?
You said there's someone here to tempt us.
There's
Yeah,
somebody here to
there's a
tempt us.
tempter.
What is the following conversation you had after laying out this agenda of tempting?
That you can't have one-on-one conversations. He wanted you to check or something when you had conversations.
Never said
not
any
to
of
have
those
one-on-ones.
Never said any of those things. So again, Matt, if I start talking to you
I'm
about
not
your
lying.
temptations
I
and
like
snakes,
boobies.
and then I heavily start talking to you about one person,
God.
what is the implication there? So, seeing as how the only person you were talking to was Alex, what was the implication there?
That you were a snake.
Awesome. So Alex came up here
But-
and told.
Yeah, I didn't emphasize.
She
I
did-
told exactly how
She
you
told
said
me
it.
exactly how I
Yeah.
said, and she said it was
And
implied.
I actually told you to share that, right?
Yes.
Why
So
would
she
I tell
ca-
you to share
so
that
she
if
came-
I feel a certain way? Like, okay, but keep going, keep going.
Okay,
Sorry.
so
keep
she
going.
came up here and shared that information with me, and you know Paul from BB18, I love to call people out on some shit. Doesn't matter what time of the night it is, and if you said you wanted an audience, there was a few audience members here. Then you came up here to further prove that I was a snake, and you were so sold because you told 2 people something, and you knew for a fact that the one thing you told someone had to have come from me, and you were so sold, you were so ready to tell people that I was a snake, and you were so convinced that that was a fact. But the one person she was talking about was Elena. And Elena, when we cross-reference this information, it turns out I had never told you any of that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So it turns out you have made a bunch of false implications in your own head and continue to spew your agenda and imply that I'm a snake to other people in order to protect yourself. And like you said, one fight, one team, but in the
team,
same
one fight.
one team, one fight, I keep fucking that up. One team, one fight, but then in the same context of conversation, you said, well, if I'm gonna be blamed for something, then other people should be blamed for something else. Elena, Paul, wow, that sounds like 2 people in your team. Did she not say that in her conversation just now when there was 6 people present here?
Wait, can you clarify that last part? I want to make sure I understand what you just said.
I just said you claim to be someone who is for a one fight,
One team, one fight, yeah.
Fuck me, I knew I was gonna ruin it again.
Yeah.
Then you mentioned I'm on the block and I'm innocent, so if I'm being blamed for things that I didn't do, I think other people should be called out for X, Y, and Z. But in this conversation, the only people that you mentioned were Elena, me, and people amongst your team. So that does not sound like much of a team player. But then you asked me to spew out names of the 3 people who told me something who I am more likely to trust at this point because they have not given me a reason not to trust them, as opposed to 4 strikes on you now and you implying that I'm a snake, and when I come here up here, the only evidence that you have is Bunkley shot right in front of you. So let's keep calling an audience up here, Dominique, and let's keep playing this expressive game, and you can keep saying what I said in that ASPR, and it could be a he said, she said, but I know what I said, and the only person smiling, shaking their head, nodding is you. But I am serious in this conversation, because when somebody attacks my character, I come back. Of course I'm defensive. Of course
Yeah.
I'm reactive.
Yeah.
Because I don't
That
appreciate
can be
it.
taken one or 2 ways.
Well, guess what? Take it
and then
this way. I don't fucking
the
appreciate
thing,
it.
the thing that I asked about with the one team, one fight, unless I just got heated in the midst of the conversation that we just had.
Another excuse.
No, seriously. Unless I just got heated, I don't recall saying that latter part.
Why are you getting reactive? Why are you heated?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh.
You haven't seen me reactive.
Please go to the diary.
Really?
What?
You have not seen me reactive.
You just said you got
at
heated.
all. No, I'm saying the latter part that you said, the one team, one fight, and you said that I said if
You
I'm
started
being
the conversation with that,
no,
and then
I'm
you
just trying to
ended.
get
So it was a
clarity. Are you gonna let me-
contradiction.
Okay. Are you done now?
Just calling you out on your
I'm
contradiction.
just. Are you gonna let me finish? Because I'm trying
Sure,
to gain
finish.
clarification. Okay. So one team, one fight. You said that I said since I'm being blamed for something, then others should be blamed. When did I say that?
Literally in the same context of the conversation.
I'm.
Am I just calling bluffs while there's 6 people in the room? Am I that
Did
insane?
I'm serious. Like, am I tripping? Like, did you hear that? Did
I'm
you
sure
hear me
6
say
people
that?
are just zoned out and listening to us yell at each other.
Did you hear me say that? Oh, one team, one fight. If I'm being blamed from one thing, then others should be blamed. Did I say that?
That was at one team, one fight was at the beginning of the conversation, and
All
what
right.
you're saying was at the
Okay.
end. I am taking 2 points and saying that
I
entire
didn't say that
segment
is what I'm saying.
was
That's the point
contradictory.
that I'm trying to make. I did not say that.
You
All
did.
I said was for clarification into what he said.
Christ.
I
People were
said
here.
it's interesting
You were
that
here.
I
You
am
were
being
here.
convicted, accused of something that I
implied.
did not do,
It's
and then I
implied, right?
asked him.
It's implied.
I
It's
said,
implied, right?
It's implied.
Oh, that's 2 people in the room.
Okay. If I did not say that, I'm just like, but wait. You said that 3 people told you that I was speaking negatively about you.
They did.
And I'm asking, well, where did that come from?
From the
What do
3
you mean?
people.
Okay.
That I trust, that I am willing not
And
to throw
what I
them under the
asked
bus
you-
in front
but
of you
what
to
I
give you that
asked you-
satisfaction.
What I asked you as it relates to those 3 people is why is it that you trust those 3 people more than you trust me? And so maybe you've interpreted that as me being blamed, so others should be blamed. That was the
No,
question.
you verbatim said that.
I did not verbatim say
Okay,
that.
2 people are nodding their heads, and guess what?
Did I verbatim say that?
You implied it. You didn't verbatim say it.
Implied what? The blame part?
You literally said,
implied-
dude, not everybody's paying
The blank-
attention to
no,
the
no.
details that I am because
Okay.
I'm listening to every fucking word you say from your mouth so
Okay.
that I can prove you wrong.
All right, cool. All right.
Not
Again,
everybody's intently listening to this
That's
conversation but
fine.
me.
That's fine. So I'm done with the conversation. I'm going to leave it at this. You guys vote for who you feel you should vote for, but I will tell you that there is a snake and that you all should be careful. I have an idea of how things are going to turn out because of how Paul played this whole thing, but it's going to be totally up to you to vote with your heart because I did not. And I say this again. I did not do what people are accusing me of doing. I do not understand why they wanted to place
Can you prove
this
it?
target on me, but I trust that as time progresses, it will be revealed.
So I have a question. So there was a conversation where you said that there was an infiltrator.
Yes.
So I feel like now's a good opportunity to call that person out if you're going on the block and we're having this conversation with everybody in the house.
Who's the infiltrator?
No, I'm not sharing names. I'm not doing that.
But you wanted everybody in the house so that you could... That's weird.
Yeah.
Also, to answer your question as to why I would trust those people and not you, because those people have never implied that I'm a snake.
Okay.
But you, 4 times today, 4 now, 4 in one day, have tossed my name around.
Which
and
is
guess
a lie.
what? The
It's a
people
lie.
that I trust have came back and told me.
That's a lie, but okay.
But I'm going to trust the people who came back and told me. I'm sorry.
Fine. And that's cool, Paul.
And again, you keep saying,
That's
I'm going
cool.
home soon. Funny coming from the person on the block. So it's easy to talk from there when you're back against the wall and you're going to toss a bunch of
That's
shit
fine.
on the one vent in the house.
God bless you.
I hope he
And I'm
blesses
ending
you.
it there.
So
Okay. God bless you too.
if you wanted everybody here, what like we're here. I don't know. I'm missing the point of like you bringing
There
everybody
is no
together.
point.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm
Oh,
done.
but you
yeah,
wrote
I mean,
these
anything
poor
else you
people
want to
up.
ask me, Christmas?
Yeah, I wanted to know like what was going to be said when everybody was together.
I pretty much said that already.
But who's the infiltrator? We're all here.
At this point, I'm done. Anything else you want to ask me, Christmas?
I'm just confused.
What are you confused about?
I'm confused on that you wanted to wait for everybody to be here, and then now that everybody's here, that you don't want to do it.
So no. I was gonna say what I just said. What I was gonna say. I was gonna
So
say
you're going to
that.
throw me under the bus in front of everybody. That's what you were going to do. Interesting.
Okay.
Because that's what you just did.
My ears are still open.
So, sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I apologize.
I was going to reemphasize that I was being targeted. I was going to reemphasize that I did vote for Cody. I was going to reemphasize that I am being targeted specifically because of the interview that happened, because that is what's being bounced around. I was also going to mention some of the conversations that Paul and I had that were a bit suspicious.
Let's hear them.
I've already discussed them.
Oh,
You
so
said that
half
you
of
didn't
them
say
were
that.
untrue.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you
Of course
twisted
you're
my
gonna
words,
deny them.
just like you implied certain things to
I was
certain people.
expecting you to deny them, though. Like, I
Of
knew
course,
that.
and I was expecting you to say bullshit like you've been doing to everybody.
Okay.
So
all
I
right.
can verbatim have the same conversation and replay what happened
Dude,
and
I
what was
promise
said.
you are messing up. You are coming for the wrong person.
Really,
That's all
you're
I'm
on the block, and I ain't coming
That's
for you.
fine.
You came at me.
That's
You
fine.
called me the snake, and I called
I
you
did
out.
not call
and now
you a
that you're
snake.
here, you've got nothing to fucking say.
Okay.
But I just proved you with two tangible witnesses. Where's your witness?
I hope it works out for you.
Prove to me that you were
Keep going.
blamed. Prove it. Show it. You can talk, but unless you have actions to back
People
it up.
don't want to. People don't want to say who said what as it relates to me.
Do you want to say who said what? So tell us who the infiltrator is, because that's what you've been talking about to everybody.
Okay. Anything else, Christmas?
I'm just waiting for those answers.
As it relates to the infiltrator?
Yeah.
I'm not giving that. Anything else?
Oh, weird.
Anything
Do you have any
else?
questions for me, Christmas? Because I would love to answer them in front of everybody.
That's fine. Anything else for me though?
Oh my. I don't know why. I just don't know why you pivoted if you wanted everybody here and then to make a point. And then you didn't make the
I had
point.
no intent to give out the infiltrator anyway. I just told you the 4 things that I was
Then
going
what
to
was
discuss.
the point of bringing everybody together?
Because those are the 4 things that I was going to discuss so that people would decide on their own. And I wanted everybody here collectively so that they can make their own judgments. This is how I handle business. I don't do the whole he say, she say. And the way it's worked out
You
for
can
me.
tell us what you believe is happening. That's the only
I
way.
I
That's the
said I'm
only
being
way
targeted.
to prove that you're.
And I'm being targeted by somebody internal.
And then
The
you talked
7
about
people.
Paul.
The 6 people at least. The six people.
Can
Yeah,
I ask
being
you a question,
targeted.
Dominique?
Sure.
So prior to all of this, you clearly had the agenda because, like you just said right now, you already
Check this
said
out.
what you wanted to say in front of everybody. So you talked about an infiltrator. You talked about a snake. Then you tossed in something about Paul, and then you wrapped it all up. So is this what you wanted to do in front of everybody tomorrow?
Dude, you are good.
I'm good at calling
Putting on
your
a
bullshit.
show.
So is that what
is
you wanted to
like-
do in front of everybody
That's why BB
tomorrow?
brought you back because you're like.
No,
the
people
bomb.
brought me back because I'm
I
an
said,
honest
BB,
player
BB.
and I can call you on your bullshit.
Okay,
so is
cool.
that what you wanted to do tomorrow? Or is that what you're just telling to Christmas right now?
Oh my
Answer my
gosh.
question.
Oh my gosh, like you have no idea how bad I want to go ham, but because
Please go ham. Please.
I know that I am being recorded and this will be televised. I don't want people to get the wrong impression. So, if your question about being an infiltrator, I'm not going to disclose that
I don't know.
information.
She's not going to disclose the information.
And-
so it sounds like.
Anything else you want to ask me, I'm not going to disclose that information.
Did you
and-
have
and
the
my
agenda
intent-
before today?
To get everybody together and share this,
No, about the infiltrator.
did I have, what you mean? What agenda associated
Paul's
with that?
question. He asked if you had an agenda before today
No, he
in
was,
regards
I thought,
to
I,
an infiltrator.
So what would be the agenda is what I'm saying. Maybe I don't understand. Because I thought that when Paul said your agenda for having this meeting was to do X, Y, Z. I didn't know he was speaking in terms of the whole infiltrator ordeal. If he is, then I need clarification as to what does that mean when you say, what was your agenda with the infiltrator? Like, what does that mean?
What does
are
that
you
mean?
are you asking, did I devise a plan as it relates to saying or dropping that there's an infiltrator for my own gain? Is that the question that you're asking? Like, you got to break that down for me.
Do you
just
want me to
asking.
clarify one more time what my question
Yeah.
was? So, again, in front of all these good people that you woke up to call up here,
I didn't wake up anybody.
but you said you wanted the whole house here.
I didn't wake up anybody.
I called you up
See,
to have
there-
a conversation.
Take note. Take note.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
I
you
didn't
didn't wake up everybody.
anybody.
You wanted
Keep
everybody
going.
here. You wanted the whole house. But you said something about you being blamed. It was not you. You are giving no tangible evidence as to it not being you. Then,
How can I prove
Okay,
that
I
I
guess I
did
can't.
not vote for Ramses? How can I prove that?
but that's not the
Aside
only
from this
thing.
word.
You're talking
How
about
can
other
anybody
things.
prove they voted for aside for word? How can I prove that?
Then how can you prove that the conversation you had with me is exactly the way that you're saying
I
it?
mean, I made a mistake. I should have had somebody there.
Yeah, I should have had somebody there. So again, you said that you were blamed for something you didn't do. Then you said that there is a tempter, an infiltrator in the
But
group.
there he is, and I'm
Okay,
not backing on
and
that.
then the follow-up point was a bunch of things about Paul, and you tied it all in with whatever your fourth thing was. So my question to you was, since a majority of the house is here right now, was that your plan prior to this conversation? Prior to me calling you out, was this what you wanted to do in front of everybody tomorrow?
I just said that that's what I was going to talk about, those four things. So,
So
what was
I'm
not
interested.
clear about that?
So again, the implication of I'm innocent, there's a snake, a whole bunch of shit about Paul, and let's tie this all together. So it seems to me that all you wanted to do tomorrow was to call me out in front of a bunch of people. And now that you have a bunch of people here, you don't have shit to say, because the two plugs that came up here, I just proved to you that you are wrong. So now we're asking for an infiltrator, and maybe to brush up on the other points that you have here, and you are failing to do so, Dominique. So next time you want to imply that I'm a snake to somebody in the house, you better have your information. You can keep smiling, you could keep creating gifts for reactions, but you know that I'm right, and you know that you fucked with the wrong person.
No, you're absolutely wrong. And the other thing that I want to point out, Paul, is, again, I know that I don't have to prove that I'm telling the truth. I was only trying to.
You're on the
plead my
block,
case.
homie. You have to prove it.
I don't have to prove. No, let me finish. I don't have to prove that I am telling the truth. However, I did want to express everything that I know to be true, and whatever my speculations were in front of the house. So to prevent he say, she say. The other
And
thing.
to also point
This
fingers at Paul.
is going to be.
your
This is it.
speculations.
No. But this is it. This is it. And so another thing is, one thing about me and how I roll both outside of the house and inside of the house is that I'm not going to continue to spend time defending myself. When a person is honest and true, this is just my belief, they don't have to defend themselves. The truth will always prevail. And you guys may not see it right now, but